Welcome to Vedism new video. Today in this video we'll talk about the real feminist of Sanatan Dharm from the Vedic times. So let's get started. Who is called Brahmavadini, the real feminist of Sanatan Dharm from Vedic times? A Brahmavadini is a highly intelligent and greatly learned woman who chose the path of Vedic studies. Brahmavadini literally means the woman who speaks about Brahman, the ancient philosophical concept of Shakti, the feminine principle of energy, extols the immense mental and physical capabilities of women. While many civilizations have been unsatisfactory history as regards the position of women, we find that Vedas mention the scholarship of educated women like Vak, Ambrini, Romosa, Gargi, Gosha, Maitri, and Lopamudra. Women, as we go back into antiquity, are found to have performed very well in many spheres of life. Ample evidences points to the view that women were regarded as eligible for studying Vedas and Vedanta, along with the taking part in performing yagnas up until the recent millennia. So we are showing you the Brahmavadini in Sanatan Dharm. So who are these Brahmavadini? Let's start. These learned women were interested in discussing about Brahma or Parabrahma, the absolute, and perform adhyatmic practices to realize the same. Let's know some Brahmavadini. Gargi. In Vedic literature, the name of Gargi is very famous. She was daughter of Vachakanu Rishi, hence called Vachaka Navi. Since she belonged to the lineage of Garga Maharishi, she was called Gargi. But her original name is not described in any text. She acquired knowledge of Vedas and scriptures and became renowned for her proficiency in these fields of philosophy, surpassing men in her knowledge. Gargi Vachakanavi is honored as a great natural philosopher in Vedic literature. She wrote many hymns in the Rig Veda on the origin of existence. Due to the depth of her Vedic expertise, she was frequently invited to debate with male philosophers of her time. One such occasion at the court of King Janak of Vidya, she was the only woman present in the assembly and one of the 8 scholars who challenged the great sage Yajna Valakya in a debate as an equal participant. The quality and the strength of her argument almost overwhelmed Yajna Valakya, a feature that no other scholar was able to achieve. Gargi was honored as one of the Navratnas, means 9 gems in the court of King Janak. Other notable women scholars include Vishwarva Appala, Sikata, Urvashi, Saraswati, Sulabha, and Lilabati. These women enjoy high status and independence in Indian society. They participated in Vedic austerity, sacrifices, and ceremonies. They recited the Vedic mantras by heart and were honored for their contribution to Vedic education. Now coming to the second Brahmavadini, that is Maitreyi. Maitreyi was the wife of Yajna Valakya. She is renowned as one of the most intellectual and virtuous women philosophers of the Vedic period. She wrote 10 hymns in the Rig Veda. Her most famous discourse with her husband explores the Hindu concept of oneness of the soul Atman and ultimate reality of Brahman, including the nature of love. The dialogue itself is the theological wonder because Maitreyi challenges Yajna Valakya theories as a seeker of ultimate knowledge, and he acknowledged her questions by sharing his own spiritual convictions. Lopa Mudra. Lopamudra was the wife of Rishi Agastya. She was a well-known female philosopher. She visualized the Panchadasi, a mantra of Sakta tradition of Hinduism. Today, with her husband, she became a teacher of Lalita Sahasranama hymns, listing the 1,000 names of Divine Mother, Devi Shakti. She wrote a hymn of 6 verses in the Rig Veda titled Rati Love. Now coming to the next Brahmavadini, that is Gosha. Gosha, also called Matra Dika, was a learned female philosopher and seer. She suffered from leprosy and was confined to her father's home, where she attained the most of her Vedic knowledge. To cure herself from her alignment, she prayed to Ashwini Kumars, the divine twin physician. They taught her the secret science of rejuvenation called Madhu Vidya, by which she cured herself. She wrote 2 hymns of 14 verses in each Rig Veda, praising the Ashwini Kumars and expressing her desire for married life. Now coming to the next is Apala. Apala was the daughter of Atri Maharishi. She was afflicted with leprosy, because of which she was forsaken by her husband. She is a Brahmavadini who is the mantra drashta for Rig Veda in Mandala 8 Sukta. Now coming to the next Brahmavadini is Vak, also called Vakbarni. She was the daughter of Vak Ambarn Rishi and was a great Brahmavadini who achieved oneness with Devi Bhagavati. She is mantra drashta for the Devi Rigveda mantras of Mandala 10 Sukta 125 with 8 mantras, which clearly reflect the Advaita Siddhanta. These suttaka is said to bestow the great benefits when recited at the end of the recitation of Devi Mahatmya. A few lines of these suttakas are as follows. I am the Satchidanandamayi Atma moving about, pervading in the form of Devi. Rudra, Vasu, Aditya, Vishwadeva. I am none other than Mitra, Varuna, Indra, and Agni, and the 2 Ashwini Kumars themselves. I take the form of Soma, Tashvara, Prajapati, Pusha, Bhaga. I receive the Devas and give the appropriate returns of Yajama. We see Vakbarni became a Brahmavadini inspired with the knowledge of self, through whom, with the Vakadevi, proclaimed her own glory. The Devi Sutaka is also as Ambrini Sutaka and is dedicated to Vak speech. Now coming to the next Brahmavadini is Romasa. Romasa was one of the women seer who was the mantra drashta of the Rig Veda. She was Brahmavadini who underwent the Upanaya or the thread ceremony, Vedic study and Savitri Vachana higher studies. She was the daughter of Brihaspati and Dharmapatni of Bhavyavaya. It is said that she used to discuss about the information which enhanced the intellect, hence was called Romasa. Vedas and the Shakhas themselves are the hairs on her body. She used to spread that knowledge, hence called Romasa. Romasa means one has lots of hair, and that's it. So after this, we can come to the Sulabha, the another Brahmavadini. Sulabha is a Brahmajini who once visited Raja Janaka called Dharmavaja Palace at Mithila with the intention of dispelling his nature of conducting debates with the purpose of establishing his point of view, Savatma, and quashing other viewpoints, Paratma. Although Chanaka Sabha is adorned by many Brahmavadinis, this habit of having debate for showing her perspective did not end. Although he himself was a great Dharmajanini, always engaged in quality thoughts, well versed in darshanana such as Samakaya Yoga, and was still able to recognize the Atma Tattva. Janaka respectfully greets her and offers hospitality. However, she remains silent when he asks her personal information and the purpose of visit. Janaka then explains about himself, his qualities, knowledge, and the reason for not leaving the position of a Maharaj, in spite of being a Vidya, free of attachments on the path of moksha. Sulabha then explained to him about good and bad qualities of speech and the 18 doshas arising out of the speech. She then explained how a sentence should be conveyed with clarity, meaning, free from ambiguity and containing 8 qualities. The speech incited by the mind afflicted with the kama, desire, krodha, anger, bhavya, fear, lobha, greed, danya, misery, garva, pride, labh, gain, daya, sympathy, mana, arrogance is full of doshas, faults. This is a strong relationship with the science of language. Janaka and Sulabha. Samveda is a beautiful antidote given by in the Mahabharata. Shanti Parva Adhyay 320. By her yogic power, she entered the mind of Janaka. She and Janaka were thus in the same party when they carried on the discussions. Then Sulabha proceeds to explain the Atma Tattva, any physical bodies formed by combination of animate and inanimate substance filled the Mithya Janaya. She explained that just as any two sand grains stay associated without knowing each other, so also even though two persons cannot recognize each other. Once the unity of Atma Tattva is understood, the diversity is dissolved and thus Sava, self, and Para, others do not exist. She reveals she is a Kshatriya. Her father was a Rajashri named Pradha, and because she could not find a suitable person, she did not marry. So that's all for now. So we can understand the value of Brahmavadini and we can give a true answers to all those wrong notions about women's status in Vedic times. Brahmavadini is the ultimate and the only answer for all the false notation which is going around the globe about the status women in Vedic times. They were highly learned women and the real feminists of Sanatan Dharm. Thank you. If you like our video, then please like, subscribe, and do share our video. Thank you from Vedism team.